In this video, I'll be showing and proving to you how the NBA is a demonic Baphomet circus. And I'll be using a few NBA players of old who helped elevate this gay sacrificial fraternity known as the NBA. See, I could break them all down, but I'm gonna just take, 5, just for the purpose of saving time, because I know that statistically in 2018, the attention span of the average human being doesn't stretch past 2 minutes unless you're arguing, being belligerent and ignorant, or doing something satanic to gain notoriety.
So the question comes up. A lot of folks have joined Seven Stage, and there's been a lot of people who just got turned on from YouTube with all the search engines. I tell you guys, when you put people's name over and over again, it gives you high ranking with SEO. Google it, and it'll show you what SEO stands for. Basically, it's like an analytic where you being promoted so hard, even if it's negative. It's like the media. There's no such thing as bad news as long as it makes the news. So people think they're hurting you, but they're really doing you a just service. They're putting you so high up in the rankings. And with Google, you put in Yash Karab, pop up everywhere. I don't care what Bling, you can use Bing, Yahoo, and it's all due to a good service. I have to say thank you. Right? So let's get to these folks asking some serious stuff like, they say, Yash, is it true? Would I have to do something really crazy to be a singer? Well, if you stayed independent, you would have to. I talk about Ro James a lot because he didn't have to do that. It's upsetting that brother talented as Ro, he didn't have to do that. But he did it. So, and then here's the thing. This is how the industry works. If you're very talented and they know there's something special about you, because Satan is very picky as well, they tend to find out your weakness. Now, a lot of dudes come in, they have a fetish for sex. I mean, they love beautiful women, and they'll feed you women. I mean, they have you going and coming. I literally mean ejaculating. They'll get you drunk off every kind of ethnicity of a woman if they know that's your passion. But a lot of times, guys just not into the coochie. They want something to titillate that coochie. So what basically they like to drink, they like to get high, blunts, etc. I use Ro James a lot because he fit the mold. He loves women. He liked Coke, Jack Daniels and Coke, and he loves to get high to the fullest. So that's a deadly combination. It kind of reminds me of Jim Morrison. He was the same way. So what happened is it's easy to persuade him to go to any level, because they can lead them by the nose with getting high, drinking, and women. That's a terrible combination. Some people have one, maybe two, but when you have all three of them, you like to drink, you like to smoke, you like to be around, have countless sex with different types of women. It can be very deadly because they'll use all of those against you to bring you down to their level and have you obeying what they say. Under MK Ultra, they program you, they really do. Tequila, people are telling me she's an agent. Don't trust her. Guys, look, I hear you and I get it. I understand a lot what you're saying, but the girl is telling the truth. Now, for her being an agent, I didn't investigate her life to see exactly what Tequila is doing. I don't care. What I do care about, and y'all calling her crazy, she's not fucking crazy. She's telling y'all some fucking truth. She's on my Instagram, and she was telling, she was in the car just talking. People were like, oh, this bitch crazy. She can't sing. Well, I mean, it doesn't fucking matter if she can sing. Half the motherfuckers in the industry can't sing. It's all studio. And when you go hear them live, they sound like shit. Without the music, they don't sound like nothing. What I'm trying to tell you guys is stop with the bullshit and listen to what the girl is saying. She's telling you truth, man. And she said, one of her words was, they'll let you say so much, but they tell you to stay out politics and don't get too much caught up in religion and religious and all that. Don't try to be accurate with the news. And that's truth. That's why Chris Brown be just dancing. He's so fucking crazy right now. The last thing I heard on Chris, he was like, "There's so much stuff going on. I'm just gonna keep making music." He's unhappy, man. And I don't know why they have children, because they have to give them up as sacrifice. I'm not going off course here, but I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys say, "Is it true?" I'm trying to put everything in a circle so that you can make a great evaluation. If you want Hollywood, you don't really need Hollywood. Just stay independent. Case in point, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was America's favorite man who used no profanity when he do his comedy. Genius. But they did not persecute Bill Cosby because he was trying to buy NBC for 2 or 3 times. Y'all got that wrong. And I hear Griff say that, but that's not the case. They wanted Cosby because Cosby wouldn't give up his wife, Camille, for a sacrifice, nor would he give up his daughter. Because when you do a sacrifice, you have to sign off on it with blood, and they videotape you to let you know you're perfectly aware of what you're doing. That's what they did to Kanye. So he's being reprogrammed. And that's true. Tequila didn't lie. Kanye won't be the same person when he come back. It's going to be totally different. So, so Bill Cosby he bucked up against the system, trying to buy NBC. They flattered that you want to try, but that don't piss them off. What pisses them off is when you're trying to buy NBC and they know you're due for a blood sacrifice and you're not obeying the rules, and you understand the rules, and you took the oath for the rules, and you signed your name in blood to be where you are. So when your number comes up for a blood sacrifice, they expect you to do it. Now, he gave up his son. Bill Cosby did give up his son. Remember in the 80s or the late 80s, I believe, he gave up his son. They said he was killed on the side of the road changing a tire. He was assassinated. And I don't mean that like political assassination, but it was a hit on him. That was Bill Cosby sacrifice. Will Smith just had a sacrifice with his dad. Okay? He was long overdue for a sacrifice. So what I'm telling you how this thing goes. So Bill bucked. And so they sent him through all that BS with him raping. He never raped nobody. Bill Cosby did the same thing most political people do. Go to orgies and have sex with countless of women and men as well. Hold on a second. I'm writing something down because I don't want to forget this topic. I have to talk about this topic as well. I'm going to tell you how sadistic these people are in the industry, and I'm going to get back on my industry. I ain't going to make films on YouTube. Y'all can forget that. But 7th Stage, I will. I won't dedicate whole films to it, but I will hit on it and show you guys the ins and outs. You got to be a member of 7th Stage. YouTube have burnt me too many times. So here, I'm gonna get to what I'm gonna talk about that pizza crap. How they be acting like they're talking about pizza, but they talk about children. See, that's what the Most High was telling us, man. What's ever in the dark gonna come to light. They've been screwing children for so long, and these kids are not missing. They're being held as sacrifices, and when they're done with having sex with these kids, guess what they do to them? They kill them. And guess what they do with the bodies? They skin the bodies, take the meat, and take it to McDonald's and grind it up with the sausages and hamburgers and distribute it. Did y'all know that? There's a rabbi talking about what they do, and y'all talking about he crazy. He ain't crazy. He's telling you the fucking truth. They found human remains in McDonald's meat just 5 months ago. Y'all think that shit's a joke? Anyway, back to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, he didn't give them what they wanted. Camille, they wanted to sacrifice his wife. No. Your daughter, no. And believe me, y'all probably saying, well, they'll just do it anyway. No, because they have to have they want you to be perfectly aware. See, Satan don't do nothing without you acknowledging him to do so, because the Most High wouldn't honor it. If Satan just go around sacrificing people for you and you become rich, Lord would honor it. And you probably say, Josh, what do you mean honor it? That's not a person who sells their soul if you go do something behind their back and make them rich. Satan has to know that you're denouncing the Most High for him, that you're perfectly aware, you're not on any type of infinities. You are doing this for me, right? The Baphomet, the God. So when they say God is everything, and with God everything is possible, they don't mean the Most High, Yahweh. When they say God, they mean the God of the Baphomet. So you play on words. See, I told you English language is fucked. Y'all don't catch it. They be lying to y'all right to y'all face, and y'all think they're telling you the truth. They speaking in code to Satan. When they say God, they mean God of Baphomet, Osiris, Molech. That's who they praising, Nimrod. This December 25th is Nimrod's birthday, not the Most High. son, Nimrod. So Bill would not give them a sacrifice. So it's okay, we're going to bring out these rape cases. And I never raped nobody. It don't matter. We control the media. And he knew they were lying. The people that was going up against them knew they were lying. They was paid to lie. So that got busted, right? So they humiliate him. All charges are dropped. They said, okay, that didn't scare him. They have one more last talk. We want Camille. We want Camille. No, I'm not giving up Camille. I'm not signing off, because you have to sign off on it and acknowledge them that I'm giving up my wife for a sacrifice. You sign your name, you pierce your finger and drop blood. That's signing your name in blood. And they sign off on it, and it's documented. Everybody that sold out and sacrificed their loved one, they make them do it on video. You ever saw that picture called Survivor, how they do things on video behind your back and they vote off this person, and the person don't know they have a jealousy against them? That's just what it's like. You say you love your mom, you love your brothers, your siblings, but you go behind their back, sign your name in blood, pierce your finger, dip it in blood, and have them sacrificed, and go out the country like Kanye, then come back out like you're surprised. Kanye dad don't even talk to him no more. So you know dad knows something's up, right? Y'all probably saying, get finished, Bill. Man, I jump all over the place. You know how to do it. So Bill said no on the last time. Well, this is your last time. We need a sacrifice. No, man. Take all my money. We don't want your money. We want your soul. We want your wife's soul. No. Okay. Shoot him up with something. They shot Bill. I don't know what they shot him up with, but whatever they shot him up with, it made him become blind. Bill Cosby was not going blind. They shot him up with something. I'll tell you another person they shot up with MS or Parkinson, Muhammad Ali. You know, Muhammad Ali was very boisterous. They shot that man up with some shit so he could never talk again. Yeah, I don't think this shit's real. Just like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said his daughter died on treadmill. That's bullshit. That Mike Tyson signed his name in blood, dipped his finger in blood, and signed the contract, and it's documented that he did so, and he put a hit on his own daughter. He pretended he wasn't at home. They went in there and strangled her. And they said she was on a treadmill and the safety cord tripped around her neck. Oh, God. They did better by saying she was on a treadmill and she slipped off the treadmill and bumped, and the treadmill sent her backwards and she fell on her head. You know, contusion, brain tumor, or whatever. She could have died from blow to the head. It would have been more believable than saying she choked on a safety net or safety cord on a treadmill. I'm like, y'all buy anything. So, is it true? Yes, it's true. In order to be very popular in Hollywood, you have to play their game. You have to do what they say. If you want to be rich, that make your household name. Everybody be calling your name, and endorsements would come out there. You'd be making all kind of money, but the money, it's just like on paper, because you're not worth what they say. I said this in my last show. They tell you Dr. Dre's a billionaire. That's only on paper. He's not at all. Nobody in Hollywood owns nothing. Floyd Mayweather say he owned all his houses. They can take them tonight if they wanted to. He owns shit. He sold his soul too. And I used to tell people, I already knew about MMA. I knew about how people in MMA is going to another level. And it was like, no, they don't do that. They do sell their souls in MMA. Okay? Because you don't do MMA the rest of your life. You know, that will give you brain damage. But there's people that go in MMA and become very successful in other entities. And not all of them, but they have their hand, the one they have their hands on, the chosen few, will be asked to sell their soul if they wanted to go higher than MMA. Ronda Rousey sold her soul. You don't make movies because you're cute. Okay? Dwayne, The Rock, sold his soul. You think he got motion picture because he cute, or he just got a nice body? They don't give a damn about that. It's all about control and what you're willing to give up versus how good you are. Talent don't mean shit in Hollywood. They can make anything a hit and they can make anything successful. If you're an artist or a rapper, whatever you call yourself, and you sign to a major label, whenever the tracks are done, they take that track into a private disclosed room with a chosen few, and they praise Satan to make it successful. Well, John Todd told you all that. If you don't know, excuse me, if you don't know who John Todd is, go to YouTube search engine and put in John Todd. They killed him. John knew they was going to kill him, but he told so much truth. But see, what people don't understand, the industry did not get wicked to the 50s. Elvis Presley was a child of the Satan. He brought Satan to the industry. See, Satan has to, see, what people don't understand, spirits just can't just pop. You have to summon spirit. And Elvis Presley was a guy who was very talented, but he was into devil worshiping. And Satan used him to bring his spirits to the industry. And just do some research on it. He brought a lot of evil to the industry. Elvis was so connected to Satan. This is from his band members, and I'm not exaggerating at all. The band members said they were frightened of him. He knew what you were thinking. When they had meetings, he knew what they were thinking. They was like, how can he do that? I remember one band member said, and you can go, and by the way, don't take my word for it. Go to YouTube search engines and put in The Untold Story of Elvis Presley or Elvis Presley Bandmates. And just keep looking, and they're going to they tell the whole truth about how they were so afraid of Elvis because they know his wickedness. They said there was one time the guy said it was raining, just pouring cats and dogs, and Elvis told the guy, open up the roof or something like that. They say, Elvis, it's raining like mad out here. And Elvis said, no, open up the roof. And I guess it was a rooftop, right? And they're all looking at him like, this guy is nuts. So he opened up the roof, and he moved his hand in a certain motion, and they say the clouds split open, and it started raining. Now, I know y'all saying, well, that would, when the Lord gets involved in it? No, because the earth is Satan's playground. Satan just got to, like when a man is righteous and believe in the Heavenly Father, he walks in the light, Satan has to get approval from the Most High on who he can attack, who is righteous. And the Lord usually give him an okay to test you. That's why y'all be saying, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. It's just a test from Satan because the Lord allowed him to test you. That's the only way the Most High can trust you, right? It makes sense. If you was a coach, you just wouldn't put a person in varsity. They have to work for that, correct? So Most High same way, man. He got to be able to trust you. You don't want no Judas. Everybody sitting back talking about what they're going to do. And half the people that talk good about what they're going to do with their fellow brothers, they're going to be the main one to turn you in, right? Did not Peter deny the Most High 3 times? Hello. That's why Peter wanted to die upside down. He felt unworthy and would be decapitated. So Elvis was an evil guy, and he was connected. And Prince pretty much took right after Elvis. Prince was really connected to people. Once he got around him, he knew what you were thinking. That's why they were so afraid of him. If you notice, most people would never say nothing about Prince that was bad. And he always went everywhere with these 2 women, just like Devil's Advocate. Real talk. Okay? What made Prince so evil and getting... Prince said he loved the Most High, but he didn't. He always said God, and that God is the God of Baphomet. Prince did not have a love for the Heavenly Father. That's why he always went opposite. Jehovah's Witness, Michael Jackson, Jehovah's Witness. Those people are wicked. Let's just clarify some of this. Prince, most celebrities, once they get into Hollywood, whether they be actors, models, athletes, is still considered Hollywood because Hollywood controls the money, the wealth, the elites. They give them all Aleister Crowley book. Why? Aleister Crowley book is considered the Bible of Satan, and they all have it in their house. And Prince read the book faithfully. Anything Aleister Crowley did, Prince got it. Everything he made, Prince wrote. He pretty much read it to the T. Prince was a wicked dude. I tell you something else. The Beatles was very wicked. Very wicked. They sacrificed John Lennon. John Lennon was a sacrifice for the Beatles. See how sick it is? It gets deep. Y'all ain't ready for this shit. I mean, it shit get. I talked about this shit throughout my blog talk shows, but I think I'm gonna have to rephrase it. I'm gonna have to come back. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. At that time, that was 12 years, right? I've reached a lot of people. These people are late 20s and 30s now. But now we got the baby boomers, the 17, 18, 19. This is all new to them. And they really want to go to X Factor and be famous and get on Rick Ross label, Mayhem, and they heard me and they say, "Well, is it true? I got to give them this information, man." It's like it's like every 10 years things start over. It's like we're starting over again, and they may be part of the 1/3, and it wouldn't be right for me not to give them this information if they part of the 1/3. There's gonna be young people part of the 1/3 too. Fuck the 2/3, right? So people refuse to say anything bad about Prince because he was really connected to Satan deep, man. I can tell you another person, Mick Jagger. He put Satan in all his lyrics, most of it. U2, Bono of U2, he's really connected to Satan. Bob Dylan, he's very connected. Now, Bob Dylan wants out, but he was doing a 60-minute show with Ed Bradley. Google this. And like I say, don't just take my words for it. Y'all research this shit. I've been telling y'all this for 12 years, going on 13. So here's the thing. Bob Dylan told Ed Bradley, I got to keep my end of the bargain. He said, "What are you talking about?" Ed playing dumb because he done sold out to, what are you talking about? To the big guy, the Prince of Darkness. I got to keep my end of the bargain. Well, you think he's just playing when he said that? Lady Gaga said, "I sold my soul." Tupac, "I sold my soul to the devil." He's telling the truth. When Tupac realized he sold his soul to get all those motion pictures, he started rebelling, but that doesn't change the fact that he sold his soul. He did. And those producers gave him blowjobs, man. I know y'all going, "Not Pac, man, not Pac." Yes, Pac. You can't make them type of theatrical movies if you're not willing to lay down with men. Now, here's the other part. Janet Jackson, I know y'all say, when is Janet going to give a sacrifice? She did. Janet Jackson married a guy overseas. She got pregnant, had the baby overseas, and gave it up. Now, the guy who she had a baby with is talking now. She had a baby, and they wanted it for a sacrifice. They said Janet gave the baby away. And to this day, he don't know what the child is. That was Janet Jackson's sacrifice. They said Prince had 2 miscarriages with women. He just can't have children. That's bullshit. He had one with Mai Tai. The baby was healthy. They ruled it as a miscarriage because they wanted, since Prince was so connected to Satan, they wanted that baby brain like spat right out the vagina. And they drank the blood and ate the flesh of that child as a sacrifice. And after Mai Tai, he went with another female who I don't know her name, and he had a baby with her, which they ruled out as a miscarriage. That was also a born child. Now notice, every time Prince had children, he would rent these floors out and be exclusively just the doctors and a few handlers, and they all signed affidavits. Did y'all know that? Y'all don't know this shit, bro. Y'all don't know Hollywood. I'm telling you, he signed affidavits so they shut their fucking mouth. The same thing that Beyonce did with Jay-Z when they had that fake-ass surrogate baby, right? They made them all sign affidavits. And then the real mama started talking. So I guess they MK Ultra her ass because I ain't heard nothing else from her. That bitch can't have no babies. Beyonce too wicked. Pussy ain't no good. Real talk. This is Hollywood. Is it true? Yes, it's very true. It's now coming out that Michelle Obama, surrogate mama, as they linked them children to the real mother. Michelle and Obama bought them children as adoption because Michelle Obama is a transgender. Wendy Williams is a transgender. Okay? This is how fucked up Hollywood. I'm just giving y'all, they're going to show this shit. Pretty soon, we're going to see this in our lifetime when Antichrist announce who they or she are. He or she, they're going to announce all this. Y'all going to be baffled. But that's when y'all going to change. It's time for me to get right. It's too late. Should not find it. Whatever you are at that time is what you're going to be. So they are now finding out that Obama never had children with Michelle because she can't bear children because she's a man. She's been transgendered. And the adoption mama, I don't know if they're going to kill her, but everything leaks. Them children look nothing like her. Now, those kids are adopted. So how did Michelle have them? Come on. Just a little FYI there, right? So let's talk about these piece of kids because this came out on Hillary's email. And they've been doing this stuff for decades, getting away with it. So when you see missing children on milk cartons, and you see that you go in Walmart and see that wall missing, such and such, they're not missing. They've been kidnapped. I told y'all that they have a crew that goes in certain parts of town, and they ask for the ages. We want them between 6 and 10. And they'll say we want them all white. And that's what they'll get. We want 3. And we want them in those age brackets. And that's what they're going to get. And they say, we want a black girl. Beautiful, nice looking, virgin preferably, but if not, between the ages of 13 to 15, but we want her pretty. And you know how they recruit, and you know how they find you. Lord have mercy, I'm about to tell y'all something. Walk with me on this, because I hope y'all hear me. This is very important. I got chills when I get ready to tell y'all this. Listen to this. How do they find the girls that they think they want? Now, back in the day, it was hard. They had to go to school grounds and go to these gymnasium of baseball and football games and watch the cheerleaders. That's how they did it back in the day. They sent out scouts. It's like a scout, but the guy was a perv to decide who he was going to kidnap. And they would take pictures and without their knowledge. Well, they don't have to do that no more. That was the 70s and 80s. They just go on the internet. They go through Instagram. They go, well, the best one is thus far is Instagram and Facebook. And y'all probably say, what? Yeah. Because these young girls and a lot of the older women, they don't want the older hoes. They just want the young one. They upload countless of photos, booty shots, eating, laying in the bed. So basically these guys, they call themselves pizza boys. And it's really an organization that pizza is a code word for children. Now they have how they work it. They want an age bracket. They want a certain age. They will give us this one between ages, like I say, 6 and 10. But it doesn't stop there. If you notice, most kidnappings are between young children and teenagers. That's what they want. They don't want them too old. They want them young enough. Okay? And then they go on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram and just scout. And they be like, what about her? She's black. Oh, she's beautiful. She's got nice teeth. How old is she? She's 15. Get her. They locate her IP address, Google map it. They know where she's at. And what they'll do is send someone out there, her location, and just watch to see when she come out. And they'll get her routine down packed. They'll see she goes here, she goes there. We'll get her getting off the bus. When she gets off the bus, she walks alone. That's when we'll get her. We'll do it Friday. Or they'll just pick a day. But they do their scouting on the internet. This is how they know what kind of girl they want, how she look. And then some of these girls give them a lot. They twerk, they dance. So they pretty much, and I'm going to tell you something, they're not sexually attracted to that. That's not what they want her for, because she can twerk. They want to humiliate her. Matter of fact, they'll dress her up. They make her look real good, right? But then they want to see the horror in her eyes, when they're raping her. They want to see her scream out, because the rooms, nobody's going to hear you. They're in a dungeon. They want her to scream out in horror. And while one is raping and the others are watching. And by the way, every killing they do, they videotape. It's like a sniff film. If you want to know what sniff films are, Google sniff films. They're actually live rapings and live killings, and people pay hundreds to $200,000-$300,000 a tape. They sell that shit on the black market. I know you probably think it's not real, but this has been going on for centuries. I would say at least, I ain't gonna say centuries, I would say decades, because video wasn't around at that time. So they've been doing sniff films for a long time. But they go on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to get an idea of what they want. See, now mothers and dads are putting their babies on YouTube as makeup artists, cooking. They think it's cute, but there's another guy going, that's him. We want him. Get his IP address. They're well connected. Everybody at Google's a part of the PISA program too. Did y'all know that? So when y'all see these milk cartons and Timmy is missing, he's not missing. He was kidnapped. Let me give you another bullseye, because I've talked about this before. I'm going to reiterate. When Steve Jobs was looking for a liver, you can't find liver. No matter how much money you got, livers don't come in. A person have to die to get a liver. Steve Jobs of Apple, before he went to Brazil to die. He didn't die when they said he died. He went to Brazil to die. If he's dead, I don't know. but he wasn't dead when he said he was dead. He was in Brazil being pushed around in a damn wheelchair. So Steve Jobs sent a team out to go find somebody with his DNA type, blood type. Y'all probably saying, well, Yash, you reaching. How they going to know his blood type? It's a handheld device that they use in hospitals and private medical labs. It's handheld, just like a phone, and you can stick somebody with it, and within 5 to 10 seconds, it give a blood type. That's how they did it, okay? So they would just go around, see homeless people or whatever, healthy people, and stick them and say, ooh, his blood type is good. And then they kidnap him. Nobody's going to know. They take the kidney out. If there's anything else they think they want to use, they'll take the kidneys, and the main thing is the liver. But if the kidney's good, they'll take those kidneys too, the eyes or whatever, then they'll cremate the body. There's a black market, and they prefer black men, Negro men. We have the best genetics for his kidneys, hearts, livers. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Jobs killed a black man, a homeless man, to get his liver, because we have the best genetics. So you remember that kid that died in the South? It was in Alabama. He was wrapped up in a mat. Well, that wasn't a hate crime. Somebody killed him to get his organs. He was very athletic. So this is what everybody thinks this shit's a joke. This is Hollywood for you. They give black folks all this money to play and sing, but it's something they want from you. If they don't want your soul, they want your body parts. It's the truth. And a lot of times they know what they want from you when they sign you. Is it true? It's very true. So this is why you got to be very careful what you ask for, because you just may get it, but you wouldn't understand it. And once you understand it, then you want to kill yourself. That's why Kanye West is breaking down, because he realized he really did sacrifice his mom. And the reason he didn't have any feelings at the time, because they had him so doped up and so under MK Ultra, so hypnotized, he was numb to his mom dying. Just like Bruno Mars, he sacrificed his mom. They be so under, he's not. But when they start to wear off, they realize what they did. They have so many emotional breakdowns, and then they say he's having a breakdown. Bring him back in. They dope him back up. So when he was at his concert, he was coming out of it again, and he realized what he's doing, and he realized what Jay-Z them as a snake, and boom, he got to go back in. Now, meanwhile, Dame Dash is looking at all of this because he's guilty as fuck. He know what Jay-Z is doing to him, but Dame has no room to talk because he sacrificed Aaliyah. And to this day, it bothers the shit out of him. Every time you bring up her name, he break down because he know he signed his name in blood, and they got it documented on video. Why they asking him to sacrifice for Aaliyah? This is what you want to do? Yes. Signs off, pierce his finger, dip it in blood. He's done. That's why they're so afraid to talk. And not to count that they had these guys on tape getting sucked off by Zionists. All these niggas like Pete, all these niggas, even Dame Dash, that had some gay sex. All of them. Future, all of them. I don't give a fuck how tough they are. The only people that didn't, if they stayed straight independent and never crossed over. If you I know y'all saying, can I Kevin Gates? Kevin Gates is knocking on the devil's door. Because he didn't really need Hollywood. The same thing with Strange Music. You know the brother Tech Nine? He did not need these people. He was doing good in Kansas City, Missouri, but these niggas want to be rich. So he hooked up with a Jewish dude that could take his music to the next level, and he had to get down with some gay sex. So Tech Nine been with dudes too. Like Birdman say, I fucks with dudes too. That's the truth. I can just go on and on with this shit because it's like you trying to reach them. Like y'all don't need to do this. Y'all don't really need to do all this shit. No, man, you don't understand. And then once they get it, they be like, it ain't what I thought. It's too late, nigga. You got a dick in your mouth now. Chris Brown, Chris Brown was pretty much brought in. His mama signed him over. When Chris Brown first came into the industry, his mom signed him over. He couldn't sign a contract. And she knew what they was going to do to him. See, mothers, these parents are bad, man. They want to fame so bad. Trey Songz, same thing. His mother signed him over. And at a young age, they raped them boys. Chris Brown was raped. Trey Songz was raped. Tyga, Young Money, he was raped. Now, Lil Wayne told the truth in the studio. Y'all seen that interview? He said, they did me. They gonna do you too. He said, baby, them got me. They raped Lil Wayne. Yeah, man, they literally raped that boy repeatedly. They raped Tiger repeatedly. Anybody that wanted to be big, they raped Drake too. They got him too. All of them, man. Nicki Minaj was dug out by the whole squad. Everybody in the squad, Young MC, Young Money, that Birdman pointed to, get fuck her. Everybody done fucked her. The whole squad. I don't know about now, but when she first came in, the whole squad screwed her. I mean, she didn't have none of that glitz and glamour. They gave her titties, gave her ass, calves, and all that shit. So when y'all be sitting back going, oh, Nicki so fine, she had more dick than Moby Dick. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times you guys be crying for these celebrities because they so fine, but if you only knew what been in their mouth, you wouldn't want to touch them. Angela Bassett sold her soul. That's how she got the Walk of Fame. She sold her soul a long time ago. That's how she got the Tina Turner role. She had to sell her soul. Denzel Washington sold his soul. He always stayed in the cut, but he's a perv too. He's a cokehead. He counts as a coke, so he don't have to think about the things that's going on. Mick Jagger loved Denzel. You know, these guys, in order to stay where they're at, they have to play the game. P. Diddy coming out every day, he wearing wigs. He telling I'm wearing this shit. Guess who all them niggas done slept with? From P. Diddy, Chris Rock, Terrence Howard, Lenny Kravitz, Lee Daniels done fucked them all. Ain't that some shit? Lee fucking Daniels, who came from nothing. Didn't nobody even take his shit serious. Now he Hollywood with Empire, that motherfucker so Hollywood now. He the one got Monique that movie deal. Because Monique was saying what she ain't gonna do and all that shit. She had to beg for his forgiveness. And they took her to the lab and did some nasty shit to her. That's how she coming back. She had to apologize to Lee. That's why they made her put tape on her mouth and take a picture. I showed that shit. Did y'all see that? Yeah, that's humiliation for telling the secrets, for not obeying. And they dug out. I mean, they had to do some nasty shit, and that's how she got that movie deal. Ain't that something? The shit people do to be famous. Is it true? Very true. You can be independent and be good to go, but don't try to reach for the moon. And what I mean by that, if you independent and you happen to make 20, 30 million, they're going to come after you. I give you another example. Then I'm going to cut this short because I'm going to have to start talking about this more because I got a lot of young people who just been knocking on my door who really just woke up and I can't leave them out in the dark. So they raped Chris Brown so much, that's why he started tatting his body. Because once you get raped or once you start having consensual sex with men in Hollywood to be famous, to keep your popularity, the tattoos make them feel like they're men and they're getting their dignity back. That's why they tat themselves up. Travis Baker, the drummer, he been dug out by so many men. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Usually the more the tattoos in Hollywood is how much they've been abused. And they take it out on their body with tattoos to make themselves feel like they're not faggots. And a lot of them are straight guys, but they suck dick. And they take it in the ass to keep their money coming. I tell you, I mean, that's why I talk about Tyrese. Tyrese take his ass to Dubai and swallow more dick than Moby Dick. Then come back over here and talking like he hard and shit. I'm from Compton. What do you say, South Central? Watts or whatever the fuck. And Ludacris, same thing. He goes to Dubai and get fucked, suck dick, and then come back over here. They do it all. All of them do it. And all these niggas want to be Muslims. When they lose their sanity, I'm Muslim now. Kevin Gates is probably the freakiest man on public TV that he don't. I remember he was in concert. He put his fingers in the girl's mouth, and then you got nerve to kick a girl for grabbing your dick. It don't make sense to me, man. I just don't understand that dude. You had chicks that come up on the stage, you put your fingers in their mouth, which is some nasty shit to me, and they nasty for letting you do it. Then you start choking them on stage. I know y'all done seen this, right? Then a bitch grab your dick, you want to kick her. So what? She grabs your dick. It's a part of. That's the world you in. She grabs your dick. Okay, nigga, all right, live. You know, pause. You want to kick her? That nigga crazy as fuck.